Hey everyone and welcome back. Now you may have realized it has been a minute since I posted on this channel, and by a minute I'm talking like nearly 6 months. I think I've only actually posted one other video this year, and it's probably been one of the longest breaks from YouTube I've had on this particular channel, if not the longest, to be honest. And today I really wanted to do a little bit of a catch-up video just to let you guys know where I've been at and what I've been doing during this time, because it is quite a long time to have had this hiatus and kind of unexpected hiatus from YouTube, to be honest. I definitely do have a few life updates which I have not spoken about on this channel so much. If you've been following me on Instagram, you may know a few things that have been happening, but overall I really wanted to do this video today just to kind of sum it all up and share with you guys why I've been a little bit absent this year and what's kind of going to be happening, I guess, across the next few months. So as you can probably tell from the title of this video, I do actually have some really exciting news. Well, what I feel is exciting. And the news is that I'm about to become a first-time mum. So that has been really exciting for my husband Dan and I. And we have been basically doing lots of baby-related things or organizing baby-related things for the last like 6 months or so, as you can probably imagine. I'm actually only about 3.5 weeks away from giving birth at this point. So this is quite late in the game and I haven't really announced this elsewhere on my YouTube channel as such. But yes, we did find out late last year that I was pregnant for the first time, and which was really wonderful. I have spoken about this a little bit on my other YouTube channel, which I'm going to talk about briefly in this video too, because I have been focusing on that YouTube channel quite a lot over the last couple of years. So I'll talk about it briefly in this video too. But yeah, we're very much in a crazy stage of our lives where we only have a few weeks until our first child is born. We have no idea what the gender is. We're basically just keeping it a surprise, and we're just going to see how we go. And yeah, parenthood, that's going to be a thing. So I obviously do plan to take further time off during this time and having a baby, and I do want to have a few months off from social media just to kind of recoup and obviously start this new parenthood journey as well. However, I have been pretty on to preparing some content for this time off, and it's probably going to be, I would say, up to about 2 months, maybe during August, September, where I'm not necessarily directly present on social media as much, and everything's kind of going to be pre-scheduled or pre-recorded. So I actually will have some tutorials upcoming, which is kind of strange when you think about, like, I haven't posted anything for the year, but during the time that I have off for my maternity leave, I will have some content. So at least there's that. In terms of another life update as well, along with this, as if this wasn't big enough, my husband and I decided to move house when I was like 8 months pregnant, so like last month. So we thought that that would be a fantastic idea to do right before the birth of our child, was to move house. And it's actually been about probably nearly coming up towards 5 years that we've been in this place. And for those of you that don't know, it's just like a 3-bedroom townhouse. We love this place so much, but with our 2 doggos as well, it is getting a little bit cramped, and especially because my husband also works from home. So if we are both working from home pretty regularly, if we stayed here, we would have to combine our workspaces. And I don't know about you guys, but if any of you out there are couples that work together, you know that as much as you love your partner, working in the same workspace all day, every day is usually not a great thing. And especially because I obviously have to film videos. He does a lot of training calls and things like that. So realistically, being in the same room, though we could probably work around it for a little while, it's probably not a very good long-term thing for us. So that was something we had to consider pretty quickly. And especially with having a baby on the way, I think there was a few things that we just didn't have in this place that we really needed. Like, we don't have air conditioning on the top level of our townhouse. That's really bad in summer. For those of you who know anything about an Australian summer, it is horrendous when the heat hits. So yeah, having a baby up here during that time frame, with the exception of like us going and getting like air conditioning, which we did get a quote for, and it was just going to be like astronomical to get it for the top level of our townhouse. So really we had to consider that as well. And also the fact that we've been here for 5 years now, and we really never intended to spend probably much more than about 4 or 5 years here. We wanted to have our standalone home, which we have in fact bought, and hopefully everything towards settlement goes very, very smoothly. We're still going through a bit of that at the moment. But yes, that's also been another really crazy thing that we just decided to do at the same time we were going to have our first child. So the moving process hasn't actually fully happened yet, and we're going to be slowly, gradually packing things up and moving things out probably within the next few weeks. We won't be officially moving in until potentially early September at this point, so after the baby's born. But yeah, we're going to have a very hectic time, I think, in the next month or so. So if you don't see me very active on YouTube per se in the comment section, or even on Instagram in the comment section, just know that I'm probably reading the comments, but in terms of replying to everything or even getting around to emails during that time, it's going to be pretty sparse. And especially because I will technically be taking my leave from like sometime in early to mid-August. But the great news about that is that I'll have a new setup, which will be lovely, and I'll have a new room to record in, and I won't be so limited during summer on those sweltering hot days where there's no air conditioning on the top level. So the new place that we're going to has air conditioning, which I really love. In terms of other life updates, like I mentioned previously, I have actually been focusing on another YouTube channel of mine that I've had now for probably the last 4 years or so. I think I started it during the pandemic around 2021, and I started it specifically to kind of speak out there to content creators and people who are interested in being creative freelancers or self-employed. I really love the business aspect of things. I love social media. I love like all of that kind of back end of the business sort of stuff when it comes to being a content creator as well. So I really wanted to start that new YouTube channel back then to kind of talk about that a bit more and have a bit more freedom with my content. I do a little bit of lifestyle stuff too. I love talking about finances and budgeting and all the rest of it. So if you are interested in that kind of thing, I definitely post a lot over there at the moment, and I have been pretty consistent over there for the last couple of years. I do feel that it's a very different channel to this one, but if you are interested in that kind of thing as well, I'd highly recommend going and checking it out, because I do post probably more regularly there now than even what I'm posting here at times. It's mainly just more so for that business aspect. So if you are kind of wanting to learn more about being a freelancer or being a full-time content creator or something of the like, then I definitely have a lot more videos for you kind of over there. I've also been focusing on my travel Instagram account and also my travel vlogging channel with my partner Dan. I've mentioned Wonder Walkers a lot on this channel before. That is more of a passion project for me at the moment though, so it's more like when I get the time to do it, I try to do it, because I absolutely love obviously travel, and I've spoken about it a lot on this channel before. I would love to do more and more travel content creation and travel photography and really explore those avenues a little bit more in future. And I'm trying my best to kind of create as much content for that for the time frame where I'm taking off as well. I just really wanted to be or try to be as prepared as possible with a bit of content for when I am actually taking my leave. So I feel like I can come back and it's just not as overwhelming to kind of get on top of everything. But for anyone who is interested, any coaching and courses, I am kind of like closing for now that I have been doing. Apart from my Domestika course, you can still jump on and do that at any point. That will definitely still be available, but my Beauty Retouching for Beginners course has, for the time being, been retired for now. It does need a little bit of an update too, so I'm hoping to maybe do that maybe sometime in the new year or another time where I actually have time to do it. And also the coaching lessons, they'll probably resume a little bit more once I actually get back online, probably in the next few months, towards the end of this year, and I'll likely be accepting submissions for those again. But if you have been finding the newsletter aspect and courses aspect a little bit on the quiet side lately, now you know why. In terms of other life updates as well, like I also had a pretty crazy year. So even for travel, it was unexpectedly busy, and I was actually flown over to LA, and I was probably about 5 months pregnant at this point, back in early April. And I went over for an amazing event called Canva Create, and I went over with Affinity, which was just so amazing because I love the Affinity brand and it's been so wonderful working with them on different projects over the years. So the fact that they had asked me to come over and sort of be an ambassador for them was just awesome. So I really enjoyed that experience. It was pretty hectic at 5 months pregnant, but I also just really enjoyed the experience. Like, it was just so much fun, and I'm so glad I got to do it. And then about 2 weeks after that, I actually had a trip planned to Japan with some friends and family, and so that was also pretty hectic for 2 weeks, just traveling around Japan, and I was nearly 6 months pregnant at that point. So there was definitely quite a bit of traveling throughout April and May. So again, I was just really taking a bit of a step back from social media during this time too. And it was just such a hectic year. Like, I kind of think of how quickly the last 6 months has gone, and I can't even believe it's been nearly 6 months since I've posted a video to this channel. Like, I think I just didn't realize the passage of time going so quickly during the whole year. But essentially, that is my life update at the moment. So I feel like that's a pretty good recap of what's been going on, what's going on currently, and what's going to be happening in the next few months. So you will still be seeing content from me. It's going to be probably not as consistent as before. So where I was doing, 1 to 2 videos even a week at one point, it's probably going to be more like 1 video a fortnight at the moment that'll be scheduled in, and it'll be mainly tutorials and some photography videos. Having said that, like I was saying before, if you're interested in my other YouTube channel where I talk a lot more about business, lifestyle, content creation, I will be posting a little bit more regularly over there and have a lot of scheduled content for that. Also, if you're interested in my travel content, there are links below for that too. So I do have quite a bit going on at the moment, and as you can probably imagine, things are starting to get a teeny bit stressful, especially towards the time of our move that we're going to have. But I really hope to be diving back into content once Bub is born and once we're a few months further along and I've had my time off, really delving back into the content side of things and getting started with that again, because I do miss it. It's been such a hectic year, and I really hope to really get back into it again very soon. Well, thank you so much for watching this video today, and let me know down in the comment section how things are going for you currently. I would love to hear all of your life updates and what you're currently working on, whether it's photography, whether it's other art forms, whether you are starting a new business. I want to hear all of those thoughts down below in the comment section. Make sure to hit the notification bell to see all the updates from my channel in future, because there will be, like I said, quite a bit of scheduled content that will be coming your way. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy some of the content that I've created for the upcoming months. Thank you so much as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.